everyone, it's Jennifer with Hooked on Applique, back again with another tutorial for you. Today I'm going to show you how to ruffle ribbon to create a ruffled ribbon Ric Rac that you can use in your embroidery designs. Like this one here, I recently released a collection of Ric Rac designs, so I wanted to do this video to help y'all. And first you're going to set your sewing machine to a straight stitch and to the longest stitch length that your machine offers. And we're going to take our ribbon. This is 7/8 inch grosgrain ribbon. This is the size that I prefer to use, but you can use any size you'd like. So we're going to start in the very corner, and do not back stitch. You're just gonna start stitching. So we're going to stitch from one corner to the next. Now it doesn't have to be perfect. We don't have to measure out our peaks in between each peak, but I just stitch to the corner. It's usually about 6 or 7 stitches. Keep your needle down, lift your presser foot up, spin your ribbon around, and then put your presser foot down and then continue stitching. Like I said, it's about 5 or 6 stitches on my machine to the next side. And again, keep your needle down, press your foot up, spin your ribbon around, and continue to go. Now, the trick to this is just to go slow. Once you get a little bit more comfortable, you can go a little faster, but slow and steady works great for this method. Now, some of you are asking, well, how much ribbon do I cut to ruffle? And what I do is I just double the amount of ribbon that I'm going to need. So if the line that I have on my design is 4 inches, then I'm going to cut 8 inches of ribbon to ruffle. And then I usually have a little bit left over. I'd rather have a little bit left over than run out in the middle of a project. So once you get to the end of your ribbon, this is just a little piece just to show you, you want to pull out a nice long tail. And as you can see, it just looks like little peaks when you stitch it onto the ribbon. And then you're going to take your bobbin thread, which is your bottom thread. It's the white thread here. You can see my red thread is the top thread, and I used white in the bobbin thread just so you could see the difference between the two. And then you just gently pull on that bobbin thread, and you can see that the ribbon starts to gather. That is what you want the ribbon to do. And then with your other hand, you just gently slide those gathers down the ribbon. And as you can see here, it's already starting to make that Ric Rac shape. It's already starting to take shape. So this is what you do. What I like to do is I'll gather from one side to the middle, and then the other side to the middle, and then I'll just play with the ruffles a little bit until I get it to the way that I like it. I don't like it personally really bunched up. I like to have it a little bit of spaces so you can really see those curves, but it's completely up to you. I mean, you're sewing this yourself. You do whatever you would like to do, and that's what's nice about this method, is that you can make the gathers littler, or littler. You can make them smaller, you can make them larger. You can really just make however you'd like. So that's what it looks like. And I know it looks bad with the red thread, but it's just to show you. When you make your own, you're going to want to definitely use your top thread. You want it to match your ribbon. Now here we're going to just ruffle another ribbon using the straight stitch technique, but we're just going to stitch straight down the middle. So this is just going to give your normal ruffles. I think this is a 1.5 inch or 2 inch grosgrain ribbon. I'm not sure, but you just stitch straight down the middle using the same settings. You don't back stitch at all, and you pull out a nice long tail and do the exact same thing as you did with the Ric Rac. All you do is you pull your bobbin thread, and you just pull that, and then gently slide your gathers down to the middle of your ribbon, and repeat that on both sides of the ribbon until you have it ruffled to the way that you like it. Now this technique right here is probably the easiest because you don't have to worry about stitching those peaks, and this is just as cute. We have these such cute printed ribbons nowadays with the dots and the chevron and all that. So, I mean, you can really just use any type of ribbon to make yours one of a kind. And then see here, I ruffled both sides, and that's what that looks like. And then you can add that to your Ric Rac applique designs. So here I'm going to show you how to attach the Ric Rac to your designs. Now you use this method whether it's regular Ric Rac or the ribbon, it doesn't matter. In my designs, you're first going to have a guideline stitch. It's going to stitch just a regular straight stitch just to show you everywhere that the lines are going to be. So you want to go ahead and stitch that so you can see, and then that's how we're going to know where to lay our Ric Rac down. So you're just going to take your Ric Rac and lay it underneath the presser foot on top of that line. And if you'd like to use a piece of Scotch tape on the two ends to hold them down, you can definitely use that technique. I used the Scotch tape a lot when I first started doing Ric Rac because it moved around a lot on me. So, but this, I'm just showing you here how to do that. So you just put that Scotch tape. It's not going to hurt anything. It's not going to hurt your project. And you want to slow your machine to the lowest speed that it will go. I have a Singer Futura Quartet, and the speed limiter is right there on the front, and I just push it all the way to the left. So it'll stitch really slow, so I can keep the middle of that Ric Rac in the middle of the stitching where it stitches. And see, it's stitching nice and slow. I'm not slowing this down with my editing software or anything. It's just stitching nice and slow, and I'm just kind of guiding the Ric Rac through the line there. Now, again, when you use the same color thread as your ribbon is, you're not going to see all of those lines. And then I just cut the edges, and you want to put some fray check on the two ends. Of course, you want to cut it a little nicer, but just for the sake of the tutorial, that's how you do it. And then again, here's this picture showing how the Ric Rac is made, and I ruffled this Ric Rac using the same technique that I just showed you. I also ruffled this ribbon and this ribbon myself, so you can get a really great look just by ruffling it yourself. Now that Christmas tree that you saw was using that second technique that we showed, and these last few were store-bought Ric Rac, so you could buy it at the store too online. Thank you so much for watching the video. I hope you guys found it helpful, and be sure to stop by my Facebook page and give it a like for some free designs. Bye!